Okay, initial thoughts about the Tyson Fury versus Steve Cunningham proposed fight for April the 20th. As of the February the 7th, 2013, the fight isn't actually official. It's still in negotiation stage, but it looks more than likely that the fight's going to go ahead. I spoke to Steve Cunningham on the 6th of February, and he said they were still negotiating, and he said he'd do an interview after the fight was actually confirmed. So at the moment, the fight isn't actually confirmed. Although there's been a lot of talk about April the 20th, the fight isn't actually a confirmed date yet. I think it's penciled in. So a lot of people are saying April the 20th. Tyson's preparing for it. So I think he might be negotiating money. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's say this fight does go ahead. What are my initial thoughts? Well, having spoken to Tyson Fury twice in the space of a month, and his recent interview, he seems like he will fight anybody. I think he wants to show his talent and show how he's improved. And a lot of fans, boxing fans, do knock Tyson Fury, but he has improved since that guy who was throwing the uppercut in his face, and the Nicholas Further fight, the Derek Chisora fight. Tyson Fury has moved on since then. He's a lot slimmer, he's in better shape, and his boxing skills are improving because of Peter Fury. And Team Fury are taking it very seriously now. They understand that when they get into the top 10 now, you can't mess around. You've got to be training like a world champion. Even if you're not a world champion, you've got to prepare and box and prepare like a world champion. Now, in the other corner, you've got Steve Cunningham, a former world champion, IBF cruiserweight champion. He's coming up to heavyweight, and he's just beaten Thomas Adamek. But there are some points to consider here. Thomas Adamek has struggled against the bigger guys in the heavyweight division, and has had to box off his back foot against bigger guys. Michael Grant is a good example. And yet when Adamek fought Cunningham, to me he seemed the stronger man in that fight. So you can only just imagine the strength that Tyson Fury will bring into the fight. Now, he's taller, he's bigger, he's got longer reach. These things are all givens. We accept that Tyson Fury is 6'9", and maybe Cunningham 6'2", 6'3" max. But Cunningham is the lighter man, okay? And I must remind some people that Michael Moorer, who was a light heavyweight, came up to fight into the heavyweight division, and he knocked out a guy who was 6'8", 6'9". I can't remember who the guy was. But so I don't buy this thing that Cunningham is too small. A lot of people say he's too small. He does look too small, but does he become a small man if he can get past the Fury jab? If he can get inside the Fury jab and can get inside and stay in Tyson Fury's chest for 12 rounds, it's more of a target to hit. Now in his corner, he's got Nazim Richardson. A lot of people are thinking that Cunningham will stay on the outside and box. Well, if Cunningham wants to be on the end of a jab all night long, then that's really no game plan to fight Tyson Fury. His best chance, Steve Cunningham, is to get inside of Tyson Fury's jab and try and work the body, bring the hands down, and try and attack the chin. That's Cunningham's best opportunity to win the fight. But if he's going to try and stay on the outside and be on the end of the long left jab and a big right hand, it's more likely he's going to get caught with something. So Tyson's going to be punching down and Cunningham's going to be punching up. So I think Nazim Richardson will come up with a game plan. And Nazim Richardson is one of the best trainers in the world. Of course, he's not getting in the ring, but he certainly can come up with a game plan. So at this level now, one mistake for Tyson Fury, and he's right down the pecking order. So those people say, well, Cunningham's too small and he's a bum. Well, I wouldn't be so fast to say that. I think this is, for me, a dangerous fight. It's a dangerous fight because you've got a guy who's a former world champion. He's fast, coming up from cruiserweight to heavyweight, and has got a lot of experience. He's got like amateur experience. Okay, he's fought across Europe. And you say, well, he hasn't fought anyone 6'9". Maybe he hasn't. But in Tyson Fury's career, you've got to say that this Cunningham is probably the best guy that he's fought. Because don't know anybody else who's been a former world champion, even if it was a cruiserweight. So, yes, Cunningham doesn't hit with the explosive one-punch power, agreed. But a combination of 4 or 5 punches late on in a fight, we don't know. Is this a 10-round fight? Is it a 12-round fight? You know, we don't know how Tyson Fury is going to react in America with the crowds. He may come out and destroy Cunningham, and it's likely that could happen. He could bully the smaller man. All those things are possible. But to give Cunningham a chance, if he can get inside of Tyson Fury's jab and get on the inside, being the smaller man, that's got to be his best attack for the fight. So those are my thoughts. I'm not going to make a prediction here. And my other thought is this. Hatman mentioned it as well. It's big up and shout out to Hatman. I think that Vladimir Klitschko, when Vitaly retires, I don't really believe that he's just going to allow another one who's #1 contender to just go and fight for the title or be handed the title. I think Vladimir Klitschko is going to have some sort of say in this. So his next opponent would be very interesting to see who he fights. I'd like to also know where Vladimir Klitschko is ranked by the WBC. And if he's not ranked in the top 10 of the WBC, that would also be interesting. Because if you've got Ariola, Stiverne, Banks, Fury, and whoever else afterwards, and Vladimir holds 2 belts, to me, I think what will happen, personally, I think if Vitaly decides to retire, obviously the brother will know about it, and I think that Jose Sulaiman will pull one of his great stunts, and whoever the #1 contender is going to get knocked down to #2, and Vladimir will be #1 contender for the title, and he'll become #1 contender for the title, and who knows, as Vitaly vacates, Vladimir steps in and has the title without even fighting for it. What do you think of that one? So those are my thoughts coming into the fight. Full credit to Tyson Fury for taking the fight, and Steve Cunningham, as Cunningham didn't have to take the fight. So and it's an exciting fight, because who knows what's going to happen. Everyone thinks Tyson's going to go out and do that, and he should do that. He should bully the smaller man. But will it happen that way? Who knows? For those of you who've been watching my videos and watching the interviews, thanks a lot for the support for that. Really appreciate it. A heavyweight that I've just got off interviewing, Byron Jennings, and he's got a lot to say about the heavyweight division. So that's an interview coming soon. And also David Price's trainer, Franny Smith, also coming soon to Bayloric TV. So 2 big heavyweight stories coming soon to Bayloric TV. So thanks for supporting. Thanks for all the comments. I'll keep trying to deliver the interviews, and every so often doing some more predictions. Take care. Speak soon.